afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to begin today's graduation ceremony. At this time, we ask that you please be seated.
Thank you for joining us today to celebrate Monmouth Academy's class of 2023. Before we begin our ceremony, I'd like to recognize an accidental omission from our awards night the other day. Olivia Deegan, class of 2023 salutatorian, was also a recipient of the Betty S. Davis Senior Athletic Award. 4 years of dedication to cheering here at Monmouth Academy. Congratulations, Olivia. Today marks the 219th class to graduate from Monmouth Academy. Before we begin this afternoon's program, I'd like to take a moment to recognize and thank our tech department for providing the live streaming for the services for today's event. I'd also like to kindly remind and request the following this afternoon and memorable experience for all. Please turn off or silence all cell phones, pagers, and other electronic devices. Please be courteous to others around you. Are located directly through the exit. Again, thank you for being with us to honor and celebrate the class of 2020.
My name is Richard McKenzie, and as president of the Monmouth Academy Class of 2023, it is my honor to welcome you to the Stuart L. Foster Gymnasium for our graduation events. On behalf of Class of 2023, we'd like to thank each of you, parents, family members, teachers, students, community members, and alumni for being here with us today. Please enjoy our ceremony. At this time, the Monmouth Academy Band will be performing a selection under the direction of
our fourth
honor essayist is Kirsten Parody. Kirsten is the daughter of Aaron Parody and Angie Alexander. Attended Maine Community College and major in business management.
Good afternoon. How much time do you spend on your phone each day? Some would say 3 hours, whereas others might say 8. Although that might seem like a bit of a stretch, currently this range is an accurate representation. You might be thinking, what are we doing on our phones all day to rack up that insane amount of time? Well, as far as I've seen and experienced, our time consists of watching others live their lives. Whether this is by using Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, or TikTok. This is a dangerous trap because watching other people experience what life has to offer can drag us into comparing ourselves to them. This can lead to either motivating ourselves to have similar lifestyles as others, or spending even more time on our phones watching others live their best lives, all to fill the void of experiencing those moments ourselves. The reality is that it's easier to watch other people make plans for their lives and get out of bed than it is for us to do it ourselves. In order to avoid falling into this phone trap that has caught nearly everyone in this generation, there needs to be balance and redirection for screen time. There are countless videos and tutorials teaching people how to change their own oil, how to prepare meals for their families, or even how to effectively plan a vacation. Therefore, you could make the argument that you learn so much on your phone, but what good does it do if you don't get to use what you have learned? What good does it do if you learn how to plan a vacation if you don't get off your phone to take it? As much as there are educational benefits to being on our phones, the amount of time spent on them can be toxic because we stray from our original intent. I'd like to remind everyone that all this phone time does not come back to you. It is important to remember and remind ourselves that experiences are what people remember, and in order to have those experiences, there must be boundaries and standards set in order to make the most of our seemingly short lives. Wouldn't it be better to tell the next generation what you did in your lifetime, not what you watched other people do through a screen? If my great-grandfather were still alive, I believe he would be appalled by the amount of time we spend on our phones each day. Most of us are still in good health and have the opportunity to be active, and could be more like my great-grandfather, who helped in soup kitchens, blood drives, and his church, not hours on a phone. I would like to note that you only get one life, and you don't know when your last day will be. So ask yourself this: if you only had one day left to live, how would you spend it? Personally, I know for a fact that I enjoy myself better when I'm not consumed with my phone, or to be more specific, social media. If I do find myself in this position, however, I feel as though I am trying to please other people instead of fulfilling what I want from my life. I tend to stray from my goals and values and later regret how I spent my time. After acknowledging the disappointment in myself, I strive to spend as little time as possible on my phone. I tend to stray After acknowledging my disappointment, never mind, okay. I substitute screen time with a variety of activities, including sleep, going for a run or walk, playing a sport, spending time with friends and family, cleaning my room, doing extra chores around the house, and even sometimes shopping, whether that consists of getting groceries or a new sweatshirt. Each individual has a choice. My advice would be to make a habit of putting down your phone whenever possible, to make it easier to live in the moment and make lasting memories. You only live one life. Make it exciting. One of my current goals in life is to be aware of what I'm spending my time doing, and if it will matter in 5 years. I won't be thankful that I spent an average of 5 hours a day scrolling on my phone. I'll be glad that I made efforts to be present with my family. And for some extra excitement in my near future, I'm going skydiving. What do you have planned? Thank you. Our third honor essayist is Adam Nell. Adam is the son of Trevor and Beth Nell. He plans to attend Syracuse University and major in computer engineering.
Hello. As we stand on the cusp of our future, I would like to take a moment to reflect on an intriguing idea, a concept that will encourage us to dream of worlds beyond our own. I would like to take a moment to talk about aliens. In the early 1900s, a time marked by boundless exploration and scientific discovery, the idea of extraterrestrial life captivated people's imaginations. They were enthralled by the possibility of otherworldly beings, their spacecraft, and the mysteries of the universe. It was an era of wonder and excitement where the mere thought of encountering beings from another planet excited even the most cynical of skeptics. Yet, as time has passed, it seems that the fascination with the otherworldly life has faded. Our modern society, dictated by technology, facts, and skepticism, has suppressed the imagination of our childhoods. We now crave concrete evidence and dismiss ideas that cannot easily be proven or understood. The belief in aliens, once common amongst everyone, has been banished to the realm of conspiracy theories and science fiction movies. Isn't there something profound about a world where the existence of extraterrestrial life is not only possible but anticipated? A world where the idea of life forms beyond our own unites us all in a sense of wonder and awe? Today, I do not stand before you to debate the existence of aliens, nor to preach conspiracy theories, but instead to remind us all of the importance of embracing the unknown and nurturing our sense of curiosity and imagination. When we were children, our minds were chock full of endless possibilities. We were unafraid to dream, to believe in the unlikely, and to imagine life on planets beyond the limited scope of our eyes. We dared to imagine ourselves as pirate captains, surgeons, jungle explorers, astronauts, and many other exciting fantasies. As I aim to enter this new chapter of my life, I will do my best to rekindle that very spirit of curiosity that was present in my childhood. Let us remember that the world is full of mysteries yet to be uncovered, and that sometimes the most profound discoveries lie just beyond the barrier of what is considered possible. In a time when our world is often defined by cold truths and statistics, let us not forget the importance of imagination and the power of belief. It is through these qualities that humanity has made significant strides throughout history. Every novel invention, every scientific breakthrough, and every work of art was born through the willingness to dream. So as we venture forth into the unknown, let us be the generation that embraces the wonders of the universe, even if they remain beyond the naked eye. Let us not lose sight of the joy and excitement that the notion of aliens once brought into the lives of the dreamers before us. I implore each and every one of you to embrace your curiosity, to keep your eyes open to the mysteries that surround us, and to always believe in the extraordinary. Thank you. The salutatorian for the class of 2023 is Olivia Deegan. Olivia is the daughter of Barnett Deegan and Shauna Deegan. She plans to attend Commencement College and major in political science on a pre-law track.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I know my mother, but for those who don't, she owns a small business as well as having a career in education. I spent much of my childhood watching her work, sometimes even helping her myself. We would go to giant conventions full of other businesses in cities such as Orlando, New York, and Las Vegas. At each of these conventions, my mom spent time socializing and meeting the other business owners set up and networking around her. Today, the people she met throughout the decades have given her connections all over the world, from the US, the UK, Australia, and Vietnam. Connections are what guide us through life. Through every stage of life, we meet people who will make an impact on our lives. The first people you likely connected with were family members. I come from a big family. This means I have relatives and family friends everywhere as near as a few miles down Route 202, south of Florida, and across the Atlantic to Spain, where my aunt, uncle, and cousins live. In August, I will leave to attend a school 8 hours away. Initially, I thought I would not have any family close by if there was an emergency. But after talking to my mom, I found that we have 2 extremely close family friends less than 45 minutes from my campus. This knowledge significantly reduced my worry about leaving home. You see, it was my realization that this term, family, is much broader than family. My mom's mother was adopted. She was taunted by this. In the 1950s, adoption was viewed differently than it is today. One day, when my grandmother was young, she told her adopted mother that kids were teasing her. My great-grandmother replied, "Well, I chose you, and that is all that matters." The lesson here is, family isn't defined by blood, but rather choice. When I was a toddler, my mother enrolled me in nursery school. She says it was to socialize me, since I was the only child at home, but I think she really just wanted to get rid of me for half the day. There, I made many friends, one of which I'm lucky enough to graduate with today. While writing the speech, I realized college will be the first time since nursery school Hunter and I will not be in the same school. I was young, so the highlights of my experience include refusing to sleep during nap time, snack time being the best part of the day, and everyone playing with the toy kitchen. Hunter's singular highlight, on the other hand, is drawing dinosaurs. I haven't seen many of these kids since we played in the sandbox, but I'll carry the memories we made forever. They were the first relationships I formed outside of my family. I spent the first 2.5 years of elementary school at Manchester Elementary, where I formed friendships with people I still talk to today. I have this picture from kindergarten. It was our friend Cora's 6th birthday party, and everyone else had left, but we were cozy watching a movie. To this day, it is one of my favorite pictures. Our moms are still friends, and often send pictures like these to each other. When I moved to Monmouth, I thought it'd be the last time I saw my Manchester friends. Through social media, we've stayed in touch. Cora even moved to Monmouth herself, but continued attending Miranda Cook. My mom still talks to her childhood best friend, and when I am her age, I hope to be able to say the same thing. I moved to Monmouth in 2nd grade and instantly bonded with the other kids in Miss Frost's, now Mrs. Price's, homeroom. I quickly met all my new classmates. Looking back, I appreciate how small our class is with less than 50 kids. The vast majority of us have been here since elementary school and have grown up together. Growing up in Monmouth allowed us to form special connections we would not have if this was a larger school. We are fortunate to have small class sizes, which allow us to form better relationships with our teachers. Mr. Seneker's U.S. History class is the reason I am planning to major in political science. Everyone knows Mr. Warren can tell a good story, which helped make AP Biology enjoyable. While Ms. Small had enough patience to tolerate me and Adam struggling through AP Calculus. But Monmouth's personal connections started even before freshman year. In 8th grade, Adam and I were placed in a class with Dr. Ross. We were little middle schoolers, but Mr. Amaro made a point of knowing who we were. By the time we reached high school, he knew each student in our class personally. He was known for always stopping people and chatting with them in the hallway. The personal connections stretch outside the halls of Monmouth Academy to members of the community who care deeply about the students here. Members like Mrs. Gifford. Mrs. G, as many call her, has been heavily involved in Monmouth since she was born. Freshman year, I joined the cheer team. This was the first time I truly saw her dedication. She and Coach Brandon led our cheer team to being undefeated 2 years in a row, and each year she makes the senior cheerleaders quilt with a poem that goes along with it. While we did not have a team this year, she still took time to make one for me and Brooklyn each. The success of this day can also be attributed to her hard work. I was a class marshal last year and a graduate this year. Both years, I watched her for hours into the ceremony, ensuring it was as beautiful as the previous year. On behalf of all your angels, we thank you for everything you've done over the years. Looking forward, we will soon be starting the next chapter of our lives, but not as a class. This summer, many of us are preparing to attend college or enter the workforce. For the first time in over a decade, we will not be in the same building. In the end, staying connected with our past enables us to continue making connections into the future. Life as a whole is about connections, both biological and not, from the sandbox to the climber to the classroom to the career. As we move forward, we will all form new connections. They might provide us with opportunities, or they will simply teach a lesson. Zach Bryan once said, "There's still so much I've yet to know in life, that's what makes it exciting." There are so many people each of us will meet in the coming chapters. Embrace all the connections we have made growing up, but be excited for the ones you will make in the future. Thank you. Our valedictorian for the class of 2023 is Holly Hunt. Holly is the daughter of David and Christy Hunt. She plans to attend the University of Maine at Augusta and major in aviation.
Good afternoon, everyone. I stand before you all today as a soon-to-be graduate of Monmouth Academy. When I think of myself in this context, I feel as if I've reached a milestone, that I've grown up. But to most adults, I'm just a young girl who's fresh out of high school. And to my sisters, well, I'm just their little sister. I'm only 17 years old. I have a lot of life left to live, hopefully, and a stack of lessons to learn. As I've watched my sisters pass their 21st birthdays and fully enter adulthood, I've been coughing in the dust trail they've left behind as they abandoned me in this small bubble that is high school. They've truly developed into adults, while I, an adolescent, can only sit and observe. And as an adolescent, I've realized I know very little. My fellow graduates, this may sound strange, but I think we'd be wise to keep it in mind. As we graduate from high school today and receive our diplomas, instead of moving up to a higher rank, we've been reduced to mere freshmen again, unfamiliar with the strange environment we're about to be in. And I know you all hate to hear this, but our parents were right. We don't know everything. After hearing that, I bet you're all rolling your internal eyes, but hear me out. Let's rewind to middle school. None of us want to relive those years, I know. But if you think about what we were worried about then and the advice we ignored from all the adults around us, you'll start to understand what I mean. The 6th, 7th, and 8th grades were filled to the brim with fretting about fashion, face care, who has a crush on whom, and of course, being popular. And what did the adults tell us? None of that matters, really, so don't dwell on it. And now we know the adults were right. We've had much bigger problems to think about in high school, like working, applying for college, and most importantly, graduating. I bet most of us don't even remember middle school, or choose not to. That right there is a lesson all of us learned, a lesson we didn't even know we'd encounter. Now in high school, we all took separate paths, we found our friend groups, chose what clubs and sports to get involved with, and either grudgingly or willingly worked our way through classes. My own high school adventure saw me through many ups and downs and introduced obstacles of learning experiences I had no idea I'd run into. There was the time that, we had a pandemic that turned our world upside down. I learned a lot from that, particularly that online learning is a figment of all of our imaginations. It's just about impossible. But really, I did learn a lot from the COVID era. Personal motivation and perseverance were gained from that seemingly never-ending experience. Let's just say it's hard enough to pay attention to a teacher's lecture in person, but send us all home to listen and we lose all sense of focus. It was just so tempting to make breakfast, watch a movie, scroll through TikTok, or simply fall asleep. All these distractions seem to pull our concentration everywhere but school. Avoiding all the diversions strengthened my willpower. Another experience to teach me perseverance was basketball. Our team acquired brand new coaches my freshman year, and then another new coaching staff my junior year. Luckily, Ms. Menace stayed for my last 2 years of high school and brought some stability. Yet even then, our team was young and small, with minimal varsity experience. But all together, we built the program up from the foundation. And after 4 years of striving for it, never giving up, the team and I went to the Civic Center. My teammates can attest to how intensely I wanted to play there and how happy it made me for all of that work to pay off. But believe me when I tell you that I did not think that was how my high school basketball career would go. That lesson was a surprise, an unwelcome one. Yet that's just how life is. Some lessons are fun to learn. For me, that was when I was taught to get outside of my comfort zone. I was given the opportunity to go to a summer camp through the University of Maine at Augusta. This camp would introduce me to other students in UMA's early college program, and more importantly, would teach me how to fly a plane. While I knew that was absolutely amazing, it also freaked me out. But after long talks with, interestingly enough, Elise, one of our exchange students from last year, and my parents, who I almost did not listen to, I decided to go to the camp. And guess what? My parents were correct. It was one of the best decisions I've made in my life, and it brought me some of the most joy I've ever experienced. Other lessons, however, are difficult to learn. But in the end, all of them are important. For me, they would have shaped me into who I am today. There is a stark difference between my freshman self and the person speaking to you right now. The message to glean from these stories, my fellow graduates, is this. None of us had any idea what high school would serve up for us, and none of us knows what our future will give us. We cannot go into life headstrong, believing we're invincible. We may know some important facts from our time in grade school, but there are always more lessons to learn, whether it's knowledge on how to do our jobs, or life skills like cooking, which I'm assuming most of us still struggle with. So, class of 2023, and I say this to myself as well, contrary to what any of us are willing to admit, our parents are right. We don't know everything. Shocking, I know. But really, keep in mind your limits. Be humble. Take advice. Always be willing to learn. And as you do all that, enjoy your life, because you only live once. Thank you.
If we could just get one last round of applause for all 4 of our honorary essays. Reading the flower poem is McKenna Cody. Kenna, daughter of David and Lisa Cody, and she plans to attend Wheaton College and major in elementary education.
To our parents from the graduating class, written by retired Monmouth Academy English teacher, Mr. Scott Foyt. Today is a time for remembrance, and as we look back over the years, the memories are of you being there through all of our smiles and tears. You mended our toys and patched up our dreams and made us confront all of our fears. You guided us with our hand in yours as the birthdays marked off the years. Thank you for all you've done, encouraging us in each endeavor, and the values you set and demanded will remain with us forever. Thank you for your faith and prayers. We cherish these above all others. Now, from us to you with gratitude, carnations for our fathers and roses for our mothers.
Our principal joined Monmouth Academy at the end of October of our junior year. He's a proud Marine Corps veteran, and for the past 29 years, he has served as a teacher, coach, advisor, assistant principal, athletic director, and principal. It is now my pleasure to introduce our principal, Mr. Ted Finn.
Thank you, RJ. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor and privilege to be here today to recognize and celebrate the Monmouth Academy Class of 23. I'd like to begin by thanking the incredible faculty and staff here at Monmouth Academy who have gone above and beyond, especially over these past few years, to ensure that our students had as much as we could offer in such challenging times, which included a pandemic. I want to thank our volunteer graduation coordinator, Mrs. Lori Gifford, for working with our class marshals, Zeke DeLorne and June Foyt, and our seniors to get them marching ready for today's event. Finally, I'd like to thank our superintendent, Mr. Richard Amiro, our assistant superintendent, Ms. Christy Clark, the RSU2 Board of Directors, and for their guidance and support of both our school and district. It's been an honor to work with these young men and women on this stage today. Although I was only part of their high school experience for the past 2 years, I developed a great deal of respect for them as individuals and as a class. The vast majority of these students in this class took full advantage of the many opportunities Monmouth Academy had to offer, from art to music, CATSI, student government, athletics, robotics, FBLA, NHS, academic decathlon, drama, math team, as well as activities outside of our school to include dance, horsemanship showing, and the junior firefighter program. The list goes on and on. When I hear adults make comments about kids nowadays about not being as involved as they once were, I proudly respond, you obviously haven't met a Monmouth Mustang. Each year at graduation, I get to share a few words with the graduating class. Over time, my congratulatory messages have turned into, well, poems for the graduates, so I thought I'd keep with that tradition and a little something for this amazing group of seniors. Ode to the Class of 23. We are gathered here together as it's time for your big show. Today is graduation, then it's time for you to go. Your parents and your siblings and extended family too are here to watch you cross this stage and celebrate with you. I know we've only known each other for these past 2 years, but here are just some final thoughts that I would like to share. Texting has its place in time, or so they say it's true, but talking face to face really isn't hard to do. Make eye-to-eye contact and listen. Don't just hear when someone else is talking, as it shows them that you care. If you're going off to college, get up in time for class. Work real hard and get good grades, and you'll be sure to pass. Remember to pay your bills on time, and don't forget to floss. Brush your teeth and comb your hair, and you'll impress your boss. From TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, we know so much about you to include where you've been at. Technology is a wonderful thing if you use it in moderation, but don't be afraid to think for yourself and define your generation. Challenges and obstacles are bound to come your way, but learn from all the good and bad, and you're going to be okay. Friends may come and friends may go, but true friends never leave. They'll love you and support you just because they do believe. Like your parents and your family sitting proudly here today, you are someone special on this very special day. So here's to you, our senior class. I wish you all the best. Move on with faith and confidence and tackle any quest. For you are your life's author and you have a clean blank slate. Write something awesome because you're going to be great. Congratulations, graduates. At this time, we're going to be preparing for the conferring of diplomas. Could I please ask Mr. Richard Amiro, our Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Christy Clark, the Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Donna Seppi, Board Chair for RSU2, and Ms. Lee Ann Burnham, Board Vice Chair of RSU2, please come forward to help confirm the diplomas.
Hunter Allen Frost. Christopher James Payne. Ryan Robert Mishu. Grace Elizabeth Levesque. Benjamin George Dumont. Dominic Jason Damian Trott. Gavin Frank Gregor. Matthew Charles Marquis. Bailey Jack Willie. Nathaniel Wayne Delude. John Justin Gray. Isaac Benjamin Fortin. Alexander Jacob Orn. Kyle Dennis Levesque. Kyle Dennis Clevet. Orion Daniel Mercado. Julia Louise Dennis. Brosnan Eric Camo. Mackenzie Taylor Grant. Evelyn Marie Guimond. Ethan David Nagel. Ashley Bernice. Liliana Rose Dorenzo. Megan Ashley Lazius. Trevor Allen Bauer. Gabriella Noel Frost. Tristan James Bauer. Francis Zewis. Lacey Ann Warner. Emmanuel Stephen Calder. Isaac Staley Oliveira. Austin Emmanuel Hassifus Smith. Mia Marie Nagy. Felicia Julietta Randall. Allison Rebecca Lewis. Owen Adam Lewis Harding. Kirsten Elizabeth Harity. Olivia Rose Deegan. Brooklyn Marie Federico. McKenna Christine Cody. Holly Anna Hunt. Adam James Nell. Madison Catherine DeRoges. Camden Louise Bowley. Richard Joseph McKenzie.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to ask the class president, Richard McKenzie, to please come forward for the traditional changing of the tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to introduce the graduates from the class of 2023. Congratulations. Could I please have two veterans that will be handing out the American flags to the graduates please come forward?